Jimmy Gleason. Thank you for accepting my invitation to our Better Your Brain webinar. I will be introducing my good friend, Dr. Patrick Porter, who will be talking about the secrets of how to improve motivation, how to improve reducing stress, and how to improve your sleep. If you stay to the end, I will talk about my book, Forged in Fire, From Fear to Faith, which has been turned into a guided meditation.
Hello, welcome to the webinar. Today you're going to learn some fast, easy, and powerful solutions for a few things that are really meaningful in your life. Number one, we're going to help you to improve your clarity, your quality of sleep, and have more energy. And this is all going to be done effortlessly. Your subconscious mind, with the use of the parasympathetic and sympathetic system, which I'm going to explain a little bit, is going to help you to regulate this energy flow and clarity of mind. There's technology out there that we're going to be sharing with you that's going to transform the way you think about meditation and relaxation techniques, and hopefully will inspire you to take the next step. So my mission and our mission at BrainTap is to better 1 billion brains. And I want to personally invite you to become a part of that mission. I feel that if we can all work together and get 1 billion of us working on ourselves, improving the quality of our lives, we're going to improve the quality of the world in general. So our goal is to balance the brain, create ultimate relaxation, and teach you how our brain really can learn in a super and powerful way. The super learning strategy is part of our nature. If you think back to when you learned how to speak, or you learned anything as a child, you learned it because your brain literally absorbed all of that information. And by absorbing that information, you transformed what you knew before through something called neuroplasticity. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and open your mind to the possibility that technology can be one solution that can help you to maximize your brain's full potential. So I want you to take this quiz right now. Take a moment here. We want honest answers only. At this moment in time, do you think your brain is balanced? Go ahead and write it over there in the chat window. Now, who am I? First of all, I have a book that won an award, actually back in the 90s. It was called Awaken the Genius. It won the best how-to book of the year. This Awaken the Genius book is all about super learning, and I explain the strategies of how we can learn faster and better. And a lot of the techniques that I was talking about in the early 90s through something called SALT, the Society of Accelerated Learning and Teaching, are now being taught in schools around the world. In fact, we have one school in India called the Creative School that implements BrainTap in every classroom. I travel around the world exclusively speaking and talking. Even during these recent times where we've been unable to travel and do things, I probably spoke in the media over 140 times since last March, since the lockdowns. I'm considered a brain entrainment expert. And what that means is that we take things like biofeedback and we've now used them in neurofeedback. But along that way, back when I was part of the team that created the very first portable light and sound machine, there was no neurofeedback. We had a device called the Mind Mirror at the time that was a bank of LEDs that could tell us if somebody was right or left brain dominant. And we would teach them how to relax the brain and get that balanced technology. But through all of this research, everything we've done over the times, and I have 11 different university partners that help me to keep our science up to date, we created as a team, of course, through my experience, created the BrainTap technology, and that's what we want to share. So we're out there in the media. All you have to do is go on social media sites and put in the term #BrainTap, and you'll see us everywhere from Entrepreneur to Inc. magazine to People to Wall Street Journal to all the different places we've been. We even were talked about on the Joe Rogan show. So we're everywhere out there. We're in 120 different countries. We have 2,300 clinics, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, about how we're getting out there, but we're so glad that you're here. We just want to make sure you understand that this isn't something we just thought about last week. We've been doing this our whole life. Actually, I created my very first visualization technique when I was 12. My father was a Silva instructor, and he taught us to go to level and create our own affirmation tapes when cassettes first came out. So I've been doing this a long time. I'm here to help you. Obviously, I dedicated my whole career to understanding the brain so that I could balance and rescue yours. But my brain was the first one I had to rescue. I had an imbalanced brain. In fact, in the book Awaken the Genius, I talk about how I had to attend second grade twice because I couldn't get through the learning. I was one of those students that just didn't get it. But when my dad taught me how to meditate, how to balance my brain, how to do things through technology-driven meditation, I became an honor roll student. So there is hope for you at any age. Now, I was a young child, but we've had results, which I'll talk about at the elderly group too. We've actually done surveys with people over 100 years old and found that they can also improve their brain. So whatever age you are, from 4 years old to 100 years old, there's something here for you, and your brain can learn, grow, and develop. So today's webinar, I'm going to share with you why brain balance is the gateway to mental health, number one. It's a big topic right now, to emotional well-being. You know, our emotional intelligence is so important today. How we handle and manage frustration and fear, happiness, success, all those things play into your emotional wellness and your physical wellness. I'm going to show you how this technology actually improves the way your nervous system functions, and then in turn will help you to function better physically, mentally, and emotionally. So I want you to meet Anne here. Her brain is out of balance. Can you relate to her struggles? Number one, the 24-hour news cycle raising fear and uncertainty. Technology and social media is bringing about stress of unfound nature. There's information overwhelm. In fact, they say that if we could take our grandparents and put them in the middle of Central Park during a typical day in Central Park, they would go into neuroshock, all the information that's out there. If you have a text or a phone that interrupts you, the average person looks at their phone over 150 times every day. There's daily stressors and demands from your job to your family. All of these are playing into you, either leading a stressed life or a stress-free life. What I like to say, you're either in your survivor brain or you're in your thriving brain. And we want to teach you how to be more often in your thriving brain so you can get better health outcomes, as well as keep your cognitive thinking, your skill level up when you need to problem solve. So right now, what is your number one stressor right now? Please post it over in the comments right now. What's your number one stressor? Why Anne and you can't find balance on your own? Think about this. Your brain struggles to adapt to change, and a brain that is out of balance can't self-correct. So when we talk about brains being out of balance, one of our research studies we did down in Florida with women 55, 65, when we did brain scans on them, we found out that they were, not only did they test out to have dementia, their doctors diagnosed them with dementia, but when we scanned their brain, their left hemisphere was actually moving slower than their right hemisphere. So in our study, we created sessions specifically to speed up the left hemisphere, slow down the right hemisphere, balance the brain in 6 weeks. And each person in that study had, in general, a 49% neuroplastic change, and they were no longer on the dementia scale. So we need to balance the brain to get the brain to work appropriately. Energy is what's most important. We live in an energy economy. So think of energy that triggers are in all the wrong places. So when something zaps you of your energy, when you start to feel sad, anxious, all negative emotions rob you of energy and flow. So we want to keep the brain in as much of a flow state as possible so the energy can flow freely from your brain to your body and bring about the balance that you want in your life. But most of us struggle to get restful sleep and are chronically exhausted. We're going to talk about how the new technology here can help you to balance your nervous system, get the deep level 4 sleep that you need, and wake up more rested and relaxed and ready for your day, showing up as the best you ever. Now, when your brain's out of balance, you're going to experience things like anxiety, depression, addictions, fatigue, brain fog, lack of focus and concentration, and the big one right now, with 2/3 of the American population not sleeping well, insomnia. You heard me right. 2/3 of the American population is not getting the recommended amount of sleep. 100 years ago, 12 hours sleep the average person got. In the 80s, it was 8 hours. In the 90s, it was 7 hours. Now it's less than 6 hours a night. Our body needs more rest and more relaxation than ever before to reboot and really provide us the resource that the brain can do, which is a problem-solving mechanism and help us to lead that best life now. Now, we do have the sleep paradox, which I talked about, with 2/3 of Americans struggling to get a good night's sleep. We have to really look at how the brains work. When we talk about the two different brains, right, we have the survivor brain and we have the thriving brain. And if you can't get your brain out of survivor mode, you can't get into the thriving mode. So one of the things that I recommend is not setting an alarm, but figuring out a better way to wake up that doesn't startle you awake in the morning and helps you to sleep deeply. So what I'm going to do is ask you the question. So how much sleep do you think you need? Please share over in the comments. When you're don't have to wake up in the morning, you're just free to wake up whenever you want. What's the number of hours sleep that you really feel best at? Now, Anne knows that meditation can help her calm down and sleep better, but she struggles to quiet her mind. Now, this is not something uncommon. We've actually mapped about 30,000 people, and we've only seen a handful of people that their meditation actually relaxed them. You heard me right. Their meditation is actually stressing them out because they don't understand how to do the meditation. Now, if you have a guru or you've practiced or you have some other form of technology, maybe you're getting relaxed, but we've not seen it in our scans, and we've scanned literally thousands of people. So the reason is that the brain is dysregulated. If you take a dysregulated brain that's stressed out and you spend time in that stressed out state thinking you're meditating, you can actually make things worse. So we're going to train the brain to do that. So do you struggle with meditation? Are you one of those people? If so, tell us about it by typing "I struggle" in the comment section right now. Just go ahead and do that. Just get it out so that we know how many of you on the call today are struggling with their ability to meditate. Calm down, get that monkey mind to quiet down so that you can start to activate that thriving brain, which can help you to rest, relax, reboot, and recharge your nervous system, and thereby recharging your brain. Now, what if I told you there's a simple but powerful technology that can balance your brain, bring you calm, help you to sleep, recharge your system, and most importantly, help you to learn quickly? We learn much better than we think. This is proven science. It's 100% passive. In fact, all you have to do is press play to change. It works instantly and is easier than meditation, but you're going to get the same results. In fact, even better than most people get when they meditate, a lot better. In fact, our studies show that we get about a 38.5% reduction in stress on average with over 100 people being tested pre and post on the HRV system. So we have proof that shows that in general, we're going to get a great result. And there's 9 other biomarkers that we check. We had 23.7% improvement across the board when we average those out. So this science is there. The proof's out there. Now we need to get you involved with the process. So the fast and simple solution is easy. It's BrainTap technology. It combines several proven methods that restore, balance your brain for optimal performance of your mind and body. And as I go through the different levels of the science, I want you to just understand that each one of these separately is very powerful, but there's a synergistic effect when you put them together that transform the whole process and really takes you to another place. This technology that I'm talking about is for things like improving clarity. Most of our users tell us, that this allows them the power to maintain perspective, think clearly, and learn quickly. Better quality of sleep. Over 90% of our users report back from the very first time that they use the technology, even just the app, they're getting better sleep, deeper sleep, waking up more rested and recharged, ready for their day. They have more energy. One of our studies shows that if you do a BrainTap session in the middle of the day, you can reclaim over 80% of the energy you had in the morning. So think about it. You get 2 mornings then. You get a morning in the morning, of course, and a morning in the afternoon. We live in an energy economy. So if you have the energy to get things done, you're going to be healthier, you're going to get better results in your life, and you're going to be more joy to be around as your best self arrives with you. Now, this is all delivered by an app. This is the powerful thing. Back when I first started, of course, we had to do everything live. Then we went to cassettes, then we went to CDs, then we went to downloads. Now we can put it all on the app. All sessions are right here on the app that you can listen to. And depending upon which configuration of the app that you have, we have over 1,000 sessions that can transform your life. And then you can enhance that experience by using the headset. The headset is very powerful and uses light, as you can see right there, in the ears and in the eyes, which I'm going to explain a little bit about how that works. Why these all work together and are so powerful, I'm going to be explaining through the rest of the webinar. As I introduce accelerated learning, I want you to understand, stay to the end and learn how we are combining our breakthrough technology with the wisdom of your favorite authors and thought-provoking leaders. This is a one-of-a-kind visualization, meditation, and learning experience. I've taken my favorite books and we're adding more every month. These are books that you might take 6, 12, 14 hours to read, maybe more. And I've summarized that book into an 18 to 20 minute brain tap session. So you get just the nuggets. And there's a saying that says, knowledge alone isn't power, but knowledge applied is power. So we have to rehearse using those core concepts. So during each of these sessions in Wake Up Audio, we've taken the books, we've transformed them into action, and your brain begins to visualize so you can realize the benefits of that knowledge in your personal life, and then refreshing it. So think about it like a book summary that gives you action steps that helps you to work with your subconscious. With 95% of your life being run by your subconscious mind and only 5% with your conscious mind, reading a book is good, and I still read books. But after I've read that book, I want to go back and refresh all that data, all that information. This is one of the best ways I know to refresh that data, to bring it to the surface. The brainwave states that you go to are states of hypermnesia or supermemory. And I'm going to explain those in just a moment. Now, what are the benefits? First of all, we're going to stimulate the production of natural stress and tension relieving neurotransmitters, such as endorphins. We're going to help change unwanted behaviors, habits, including those contributing to smoking and overeating. We're going to eliminate negative mind chatter and enhance motivation and performance. We're going to inspire your creativity because creativity happens in these brainwave states known as alpha and theta. We're going to decrease or eliminate jet lag. And we've proven this over and over again. We have one study where we took people who flew from California to Japan, and what they have to wait 3 days before they can fly again because their nervous system is pretty trashed after flying across so many time zones. What we did was we had them do a brain tap session on the plane and then one when they landed, and we could get them back to the same neurological function in less than 4 hours. Now, obviously the airlines didn't let them fly, but now they could spend their time there enjoying their time over in Japan or in San Francisco, depending upon which way they were flying, rather than spending a day or two trying to acclimate to their environment, because it's all about the nervous system and tuning to our sun. So as we work with the light, sound, and vibration, it actually balances the nervous system and puts you back in sync with your environment. So who's reporting the benefits with the brain tap? Who might you know that's doing it? What's going on? Like I said, we have 11 different major universities, but the one we partnered with the closest is Duke. We actually have an app called Healthy Duke, and all students on campus, if they choose, can download that app as part of the Healthy Duke initiative and use that app in their dorm to lower their stress, improve their brain's ability to function, and help them with accelerated learning. We're also part of the Google program, their Perks program, where we work to educate Googlers. There's 140,000 employees at Google. So that's a pretty big company to be involved with. But we have other companies that we work with as well. We actually set up at Harley-Davidson a 12-chair, what we call light and sound theater, where they can go in and de-stress. Instead of taking a coffee break, they can go in and take a brain break and then awaken again, recharged, revitalized, ready for the rest of their day. Now, you might have seen influencers or athletes using brain tap. We have literally thousands of people. If you go online, like I said earlier, and put hashtag brain tap, you'll see them. This is Shannon Elizabeth. Some of you might have seen her on the movie American Pie. She was the exchange student. Without us knowing it, if you go to her Instagram page, she actually did a 3-minute infomercial about the brain tap that we found out after she did it. She's going to the office of one of our doctors in New York City, and she bought a brain tap. she started using it. Now it doesn't leave her side, especially when she travels. So she was telling her followers, she has 100,000 or more followers, probably almost 1 million. And she's just telling them all about the BrainTap and why they should use it and how it's helped her. And so she's promoting BrainTap through her own social media channels. Now, Corey Overtime Anderson, this is a picture of him right before he went out at 1:15 and knocked the guy out. He was doing his BrainTap session before his fight. He is a middleweight UFC fighter and has been doing very well with BrainTap. You can follow him on social media. He usually posts, once or twice a month where he's using his BrainTap either in the gym or at home or with his family. These are also experts that you might know.
Hi, I'm Kathy Smith. Let me tell you about BrainTap. This amazing device lets you reach deeper meditative states, leading to more mental clarity, more focus, and more motivation in all aspects of your life. Plus, it helps you eliminate negative self-talk and self-doubt, so you can reach your goals, whether it's to trim down, quit smoking, or run a triathlon. On top of that, it helps you get a great night's sleep. Now, does this all sound too good to be true? Believe me, it works. And
How do we change our consciousness? We now know that there are techniques, some of which you're very familiar with because you've created them, Patrick, that allows people to have their consciousness and their vibrations change to a certain frequency that allows all the stuff I'm talking about to happen in a much easier, quicker, and less resistant way.
Happy to share some of my routines that I do every morning to jumpstart my brain. Small, simple steps. 10 minutes of clarity, or writing and journaling, 10 minutes of self-care, of going for a brisk walk and doing some breathing exercise, using your BrainTap, right? Doing something that's for yourself, that's care.
What if for the 15 minutes a day you were going to do your meditation at home, you could use technology like BrainTap, right? That lets you get more in less time. So you walk out of it saying, I got a lot more benefits. Same time, same energy. I felt better. I got more progress.
So now when you think about the science behind BrainTap, we're going to talk about light, sound, vibration, music, and imagery. So first of all, you can see the light here in the visor. Your eyes are closed, and that light is working with the optic nerve. And the optic nerve is you're not seeing it like through our retinal vision like we're seeing right now where you're seeing the screen. It's actually your eyes are closed. So we're just seeing the awareness. And everything that happens in the right eye is turning on the opposite brain. And everything that's happening let's say it's the right eye, the left ear is hearing something similar. So we've synchronized the sound. We also have isochronic tones, binaural beats, and then we have vibration, or what we call frequency, that's working through those. Those lights actually in the ears are not just sending light energy, what we need, 4 joules of light in a 20-minute session. But what's happening is that it's a beat frequency. They appear to be solid, but they're actually flashing at 197 times every second. So we can't see that with our conscious mind, but our brain can interpret that. We're also using music. There's a science out there called the Mozart effect. And the Mozart effect showed that when we listen to Baroque classical music, or what we call 10-cycle music, your brain literally synchronizes. And you become smarter without learning anything new, without discovering anything new, without any techniques. Just by putting that music in the background, your brain begins to harmonize and work better. We also know that with imagery, we can change up to 2,300 gene expressions just by the imagery or the words that we choose, that you choose to use or listen to. So we're going to use that to better your brain, to use these 5 technologies all at one time, to synchronize and organize the information so that you can improve not only how to handle and manage stress, but how to live your best life now. So when we talk about the science behind BrainTap, let's first talk about binaural beats, because I mentioned it earlier, but what is a binaural beat? For those that don't know, let's say we want a 10 hertz frequency. That just happens to be alpha, which is a great place to go when you meditate. To get there, I'm going to put a 300 hertz frequency in one ear and a 310 hertz frequency in the other. What happens is the brain doesn't hear 300 or 310. The brain hears a phantom sound of 10 hertz. It literally hears the difference. Now, believe it or not, your brain's doing that all the time. So what you're hearing is you're not hearing the exact thing, you're hearing the difference between how your right ear and left ear are interpreting that information. Now, why is that important? With our hearing, we are hearing 25,000 pieces of information every second or more. But we only act on less than 50 of them. Some people say only 40. So that means our brain is actually getting rid of information for our conscious mind, but that doesn't mean our body doesn't interpret it. And what our brain is really good at is converting sound to energy. And to give you an example, we've all been to a party where we didn't really want to be there, but the music was good, the lighting was right, and we started getting into it, started going with the music, and pretty soon we had the energy where, we really wanted to be there, because our brain is designed to transfer sound into energy. And we do that through our hearing and through our skin, actually. So those are ways in which we use it. So we're going to use binaural beats to balance the brain, to get you where you want to be. Now, not everybody can use binaural beats. I'm sorry. And a lot of YouTubers out there are creating binaural beats, but these are not what I'm talking about. Most people create binaural beats and they have no concept of how the brain works. Your brain does not want to hear a 10-cycle binaural beat for 30 minutes. In fact, that won't work at all. It has to shift and change. So we have an algorithm, which means that ours changes in certain rhythms and cadences throughout the playing of the session, so the brain continues to adapt. We have a very adaptive nervous system. So because, let's say, your right ear doesn't hear as well as the left ear, binaural beats are not going to work perfectly for everyone. So what we did was we layered in something called isochronic tones. These are tones that could be used in mono situations, like we could play it in an open room, and your brain would still follow the sequence. An isochronic tone generator could be the ocean, or could be a mountain. It could be anything that's resonating, because everything in the physical universe is vibrating and teeming with energy, and we're responding to that energy. Then on top of that, we're going to add guided visualization. So as you think about guided visualization, what we think about, we bring about is a saying, but it's a reality. When we think about our world that we live in, a lot of people think they're seeing the world. That's not true at all. In fact, neuroscience will tell you you're only seeing about 20% of the world. We're seeing, or less, 20,000 pieces of information come in through our eyes, but we only process between 40 and 50 pieces of that information. So there's a lot more there. We render our reality. So we're always distorting, deleting, and changing reality. So we're going to put you in a position where we want to have a little bit of positive psychology, visualizing what you want. So we have about 800 sessions that have guided visualization, and we have a couple hundred sessions that are just music. So there's times when you just want to listen to music, we have those as well. This is the 10-cycle holographic music that I talked about just a moment ago. We also have light frequencies. So in the ears, we have the different Nogier frequency. In the eyes, we have brainwave frequencies, because the eyes aren't just attached to the brain, your eyes are your brain. So your eyes are bringing in light, it's following that frequency response. And what I mean by frequencies and how that works is that our body is always adapting to its environment. If we walk outside and it's cold, we'll begin to shiver to warm up our body. If we walk outside and it's warm, we'll begin to sweat. Well, that's a physical manifestation of our nervous system, but it also is happening on an energetic level. Our body is resonating with everything we have around us. Now, some people are more sensitive to that than others, but it's happening to everyone nonetheless. Your body is adapting to its environment. Now, what is the brainwave solution and why is it so important? Most of you right now, if not all of you, are in beta. So hopefully you're awake, you're looking at me, you're watching the seminar. You're active in your life. And this is also where stress resides, where fear, frustration, and anxiety are supreme. This is where your reactionary mind or your survivor brain is most dominant. So we want to get you out of that brain as quickly as possible during your brain tapping session. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get you into alpha. Alpha is that dreamy, drowsy, relaxed state. You can think about it when you're with family members or friends and you're having a great time, and time flies. That's alpha. These two states of alpha and theta, there's no time with them. It becomes a timeless place. You can have a dream that seems to last forever, or one that lasts just for seconds. But the reality is the average dream lasts 7 seconds. And we've all had dreams that seem to last forever until we wake up and go, I'm sure glad that was a dream. But it was happening in that alpha theta. We don't remember dreams in delta, and we're awake when we're in beta. So in this state between being awake and asleep, these are powerful states for what I called earlier hypermnesia or supermemory. Also, when you're in these states, you turn on a system of the body called the parasympathetic system, what I call the thriving brain. So when you turn that on, now your rest, relax, digest, every part of your body and mind are going to work better in this state. So you're tuning yourself up and inoculating yourself against the stresses of everyday reality. So the solution is to get more alpha and theta. Most people are lacking these. Or if you have too much alpha, then you become attention deficit. If you don't have enough alpha, you actually go on the spectrum of autism. If you don't have enough theta, then you can't sleep at night. If you have too much theta, you might fall asleep during the day. So all of these brain waves, one is not more important than the other, but they have to be balanced. There's a balanced brainwave, and we talk about that in other seminars. Now, what's the routine people take? When I talked about the study with the dementia study, where the women 55 to 65 were doing the brain tap, they went in, their doctor told them they had dementia. After 6 weeks of using brain tap, this is what they did during those 6 weeks. And what we recommend for the first 21 days for everyone, but if you're suffering from dementia or any other cognitive decline, you want to do it 3 times a day. So in the morning, first of all, you're going to get up and start your day on the right foot. You're going to break through the brain fog and get energized. We call these sessions actually digital coffee because you're going to get the same kind of effect as having a nice cup of coffee, but without the synthetic buzz, if you will. You know, when you use stimulants like coffee, tea, or chocolate, you're stimulating the organic system. And what will happen eventually is your adrenal glands will burn out because your body is finite. But when you start triggering the parasympathetic and the sympathetic system and getting it to regulate correctly, energy is infinite. So you can tap into that infinite energy source. And that's why we have them do it in the daytime. So in the middle of the day, it's going to help you to reset your energy and focus. You're going to rejuvenate with brain tap. And we call this a power nap because what we find is that you're going to reclaim 80% or more of the energy that you had in the morning. And the more you do it, the easier it is for you to reclaim that energy. So while you're out there doing what you need to be doing during the day, you're using up the energy stores that you accumulated during sleep. So if you do a brain tap session in the middle of the afternoon, that's a natural time around 2 o'clock for your body temperature to drop. That's when people think, oh, it's tea time, or I got to go get a coffee, or I got to have a sweet, whatever it is. But really what you really need is a reboot. You need a brain reboot. Your brain's telling you that you've got some inflammation built up from all of the work you've been doing, all the mental stress. It's time to reboot the brain and get you back into functioning as you want or intended. And then at night, 90% of brain tap users will listen at night, right before they go to bed. And that's because it prepares you, it gets rid of all the excess stress from the day, helps you to reach deep level sleep. Now, most people will listen with our headset that own it, but some people will find that the headset might give them too much energy. So they'll just use the earbuds and do it through sound only at night. So you have to make that decision and try it out. But I would say 90% of our people will listen right before they go to bed at night. So that's a good brain tap routine. Once you've done that for 21 days, you can then choose each day. Are you going to do a morning session, afternoon, or evening? You can do it once, twice, or 3 times a day as you have time or as stress enters into your life. I still do 2 brain tap sessions a day, especially when I'm home. If I'm traveling, I always get in at least 1 a day when I'm traveling, whether it's when I first land and get to the hotel or right before I go to bed every night. So let's talk about the numbers with Brain Tap. First of all, we've had over 3 million sessions played on our Brain Tap Pro app. And this is a new app. We've had it now for about 1.5 years, and we're always improving it, adding more sessions. But our everyday users, what we find is they listen 28 times a month. That means every user gets about 28 listenings every month, and we only have 1% churn, which means we only have 1% of the people dropping off from the app. So they like the app, they're using the app, they're benefiting from the app, and we hope you will as well. We have over 2,200 healthcare practitioners who partner with us. We add anywhere between 10 to 25 new practitioners every single month. And if you're a practitioner out there and you want to implement BrainTap into your practice, please let us know that. You can start by what we're going to show you today, but then you can add it in and help us with our mission of bettering 1 billion brains by adding it into your medical practice. Now, 81% of our BrainTap users say it enhanced the clarity of thought. And that's something that you can't put a price on right now with all the confusion out there in the media and what's going on with all the stressors. A lot of people are confused. They don't have a lot of clarity in their life. We want to bring clarity back to their life and improve their function. So think about this. How can you experience BrainTap for yourself? I'm going to share with you our best offer. We're going to share with you the bundles that are going to save you hundreds of dollars. We've done this. Now, this isn't available on our website. So after this webinar, if you go to the website, you're not going to see these specials anywhere. You have to follow the links that we provide you here. On our website, we do not discount. We do not have special offers. And if you call into the help desk, they might not know what you're talking about because this is a special just for you. You were invited to this webinar. This is a special that you can take advantage of, but isn't available out there to the general public. First of all, it's going to include the BrainTap headset with unique frequencies of pulsating light sound. With this brainwave entrainment, you're going to synchronize your brainwaves, and it's going to result in deep relaxation. But remember, we have the morning sessions to wake you up. We have the afternoon sessions to reboot your brain, and we have the sessions in the evening to help you to get that deep, clarifying sleep. Now, Amy says, this product has helped me with my stress and anxiety. It has also helped me to get much better sleep. I own a headset and I love the freedom to use it whenever I want, especially around bedtime. Now, Sabrina says, I've been using BrainTap app for a couple of years now, and I can't live without it. It made a huge difference in managing stress, worry and anxiety issues included, restful sleep and freedom from addictions. So I started my career in addiction therapy. I wrote the programs for DUIs for the state of Arizona. So the key focus is to get people to do what they want to do instead of what they've been doing. So they start to live the life that they want instead of what they've been doing. So part of it is all about rehearsal, using it. And people use this, remember, 28 times a month, the average user. There's a 72-hour halo effect with a BrainTap session, which means that the benefits of the session aren't just for the 20 minutes. They have a lasting effect of about 72 hours. Now, what's included in these bundles? These bundles have a membership. So you're going to get jump starting in the morning. You're going to get deep sleep. You're going to get stress less, finding clarity, living a healthy life, getting motivated. You're going to get the introduction to public speaking. There's 179 total sessions in this package that I'm talking about. And it all comes again on your mobile app, whether you have it also can be put on a tablet, like a Kindle tablet, if you don't want to put it on your phone. So there's ways you can do this as long as the device has an app, whether it's an Amazon app, a Android app, or a Apple app, you're going to be able to use the membership there. And you can put it on up to 2 devices. So when we talk about the Wake Up audio books that we have at BrainTap, this is a super learning program with insights from best-selling personal development books. So these are all self-help books, from weight loss to money, magnetizing more money in your life, to books that I like Think and Grow Rich, Living the 4 Agreements, The Principles of Real Magic, The Trick to Money is to Have Some. These 64 total sessions and growing, we've added sessions almost weekly to this because we're bringing in authors that you probably know, and we're taking their books and we're summarizing them into BrainTap sessions so that we can get their information out in different ways and use this latest super learning technology to really mainline this information so people can start to apply the knowledge in their life. When you think about the best offer in the bundles that can help you save money, what we have, you can just buy the subscription if you want. For the subscription, it's only $29.95 per month. If you pay in a year in advance, you pay for 10 months and you get 2 months for free. So that's a great program right there. Or you can come over and get the subscription plus the headset. That's what most people buy. And what happens then is it's $24.99 per month plus $547 if you want to pay monthly, or you can pay $239 per year plus $547. So you get a discount in everything, and you get access for a year. So those are a couple of programs for you over there. And we're going to leave the button over there available so you can make that purchase whenever you feel comfortable doing it. And we're going to answer your questions before we end this call today. So what's the cost of a brain that's out of balance? Think about that for a moment. If you're not focusing and being productive, what is that really costing you? Is it costing you your happiness or your peace of mind? Is it costing you physical or emotional health? Is it costing your relationships to be out of sync? All of these things can be better when your brain is better. It all starts with your thoughts. What you think about, remember, you bring about. So you want to think about, visualize, and realize those goals, and then allow the unseen force of your subconscious to help you to achieve them. Again, you can go over, save on the bundle while we're answering your questions. It's going to be up during this call. You can go on over and get this exclusive webinar offer. So check it out, see if it's something for you. Let's help you make a decision. Please enter your questions in the chat box while you listen to an example of the BrainTap Wake Up audiobook. So I'm going to play it in the background while you do your thing there. And I want to thank you for being part of the webinar. And remember, you can invite your family, your friends, your coworkers that might want to share in the brain tapping system to share that link. And we're going to send you out the replay of this. So if you didn't get it all this first time, you'll see the link. It'll be available here for the next few days. So make your decision now. Let's get you started. Let's better your brain. Let's get you on the road to bettering your brain in such a way that you start to achieve your goals with less stress, with less anxiety, and better sleep. Let's get the clarity of thought going. Let's get you sleeping deeper, and let's get you accomplishing your goals in an even quicker and faster way. So I want to thank you, and it's with love and gratitude that I appreciate you spending time with me. Time is your most valuable asset. So let's get you using your time, your energy, and effort to improve the quality of your life. And I believe for you, BrainTap is one of those solutions. So God bless you. Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy Gleason here again. Thank you, Dr. Porter, for such great content. I want you guys to do two things. First, click on the link that Dr. Porter has provided. Secondly, keep this link open and listen to my guided meditation on my book, Forged in Fire, one of the many audiobooks on Wake Up Audio.
Hello, this is Dr. Patrick Porter, and welcome back to Wake Up Audio Productions. Today's session is based on the book by Jimmy Gleason, Forged in Fire, Fear to Faith. Your eyes should be comfortably closed and your breathing deep, rhythmic, and relaxed. As you listen to my voice, there's a part of your mind that knows exactly how to build in forgiveness and thankfulness. And that's the part of your mind that I want to listen intently to my voice, follow along with each word, and allow the changes to transform your life personally and in business. Shift your attention to your body. And as you shift your awareness to your body, become aware of any discomfort in your body, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, or spiritual pain. Allow that discomfort to be present. Give it space and place to change in your mind. It happens because pain itself is a powerhouse of purpose. In deep, deep within, you're going to learn the purpose so that it can dissipate, dissolve, and melt away, leaving in its place a passion to help people that will be a driving force to accomplish your destiny. Shift your awareness to your heartbeat. Rhythmic, natural, and automatic. I mention your heart because it is controlled by your other than conscious mind. That's the part of your mind that determines your attitude. And after all, your attitude is determined by your altitude. As you take in a deep breath now, rolling your shoulders back, your chin upward, you begin to smile. You smile because you enjoy the life you've been given now. You understand that what is happening to you, through you, and around you is developing you, making you stronger and more capable to do greatness in the world, for yourself and for the others that are around you. You're finding that all relationships are improving as you develop this positive attitude, knowing that every day in every way you're getting just a little bit better. Better, better, and better than the day before. And you find that this positive inner nature gives you that no-quit attitude that allows you to do until done, knowing that as you build your attitude, that your true inner you shines brightly. Even now, you can imagine how this true you, this positive inner nature, will affect your day-to-day life experience as you bring more thankfulness into your experience, empowering yourself with the knowledge that every day you're blessed and that it's a blessing to serve others as well as to serve yourself. Focus today on your thankfulness. Start with the smallest things like being alive, the food you have on your table, etc. Say it out loud to yourself today and feel the joy of knowing that your spirit, your body, and your soul from the inside out are going to renew themselves based on this attitude of gratitude. Feel it resonating now as inner light as the hands and feet go loose. Feel this part of your body going limp and completely relaxed. So relaxed and comfortable that you can make a review of your day-to-day life experience. And as you visualize your life experience, notice those people in the world around you that have mentorship qualities. They have a skill, an ability, a resource that you would like to have. You will find it natural to ask them questions, to gain their counsel, knowing that to get advice from people who are at a level beyond you or perhaps have more experience is wise. So you're allowing this inner wisdom to shine brightly in all activities. Asking the right questions at the right time allows you to develop your gifts. And after all, that's why you're here. To develop your gifts, for the world is waiting for you. There is no one else in all of creation like you. There will never be another to replace you. Today it is natural for you to allow your gifts to shine brightly. After all, these gifts were given to you by God, and you're actually using them to serve yourself and to serve others. These gifts will multiply. You find that right now, physically, mentally, financially, in all relationships, you are letting go of the need to do on your own, but allowing the power which is far greater than your conscious mind to work with you, through you, and around you. For the Bible says, don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, in prayer, petition, and be thankful. Submit your request to God, and the peace of God will guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. So connect with this intimate resource, this ability that's within you, and all the battles within you will dissipate. They will dissolve, they will melt away as you trust in the Lord, for He can heal you. So allow this inner grace to move freely into the cells, systems, and organs of the body. As I say to you now, if there's any system, any cell, any organ of your body that's not working the way it was genetically intended, perfect, whole, and complete, then this is the moment that you begin to trust in the Lord. You allow the healing frequency to move through your thoughts, your attitudes, and your core beliefs, knowing that He came to heal the brokenhearted and to proclaim liberty to those held captive. Luke 4:18. So today, as His peace will protect you and the stresses of life dissipate, you can let yourself go. Become less and less concerned with the things of the world and more concerned with the thoughts that you're thinking. Today, your thoughts are becoming more positive, more optimistic, as you allow the Lord to move freely in, through, and around you and make your way clear. Waiting on God is talking to Him about your life and getting Him to be a part of your life daily, allowing you to build up the spirit of man as you move out into your everyday world, knowing when you do this, you can take him with you into any fight. He will be your source of strength. So imagine the day-to-day experiences. Imagine the most positive experiences of your day in bright, brilliant color. Filled with energy and vitality, step into them. Bring them to life and be thankful. Walk in forgiveness in this level of the mind. And imagine those trying times in your life, perhaps the painful struggles. And imagine them differently now. Place them behind you in black and white. And allow God to take care of them. Let go and let God. And you can do this as easily as breathing. Breathing in deeply and breathing out completely. On the exhalation, you begin to visualize your future. In this habit of visualizing a positive, productive future becomes as natural to you as your heartbeat. As unconscious and as automatic as your breathing now, if there's a stressor in your life, you simply refocus your mind on your breathing. Breathing in relaxation and breathing out all stress and tension. Knowing that there's hope in the Lord, that your mind is free to focus on the most positive vibes and vision about your future. So imagine the days transforming into weeks, and the weeks into months, and the months into years. Imagine how you will apply the principles of Forged in Fire to integrate into your mind, to stimulate through your everyday thoughts, and to activate your future. One day at a time, you're finding the truth. The truth is that losing can actually be winning. That whatever has happened to you, through you, or around you has brought you to the most powerful moment in time. That moment is now. And right here, right now, as you've been forged in fire, all of the people you've seen, all the conversations you've had, all of the counsel that you've taken from family, friends, and coworkers, every piece of positive information that has passed through your awareness, today's the day you use it. You allow all of this information to circulate in your mind, to organize through your thoughts, and create a golden path of action upon awakening. The path of action that allows you to trust in the Lord, that He can heal you. And as you move through the days, the weeks, the months to come, imagine yourself 1 year from today, and you've taken the time to embody the gifts that are yours, your true gifts, your genius, your skills, abilities, and resources that will help you to rise above all the noise and live a life of purpose and promise. Imagine how you will apply that knowledge. For knowledge applied is power, and you have the power to transform your life by trusting that every day in every way you're getting better, that the pain of a loss brings the passionate fire that's going to bring healing to you and to your life experience. And as you're there 1 year from today, doing something you truly enjoy with people you enjoy being with, you make a review over all the key points in Forged by Fire. You understand the truth. The truth is that pain has a powerhouse of purpose, that you're embracing the cards you're dealt with and who you truly are. You've developed a positive, never-quit attitude, and every day and every way you find new and better ways to love yourself and to love others.